Lifting family, welcome back. So, in looking over some of the things that I've been trying to find out in terms of what people actually want to see, a lot of the things that I know that I used to be interested in the past was basically training like a celebrity. So just seeing different celebrities basically get jacked or ripped for different roles. And looking at some of the different things, so I had seen a Gerard Butler workout that was on Men's Health, and then in going through the channel itself, I'd seen a couple other ones where I was kind of like, maybe not so much. But then what was interesting is that the Tom Ellis workout, so the actor that plays Lucifer, he actually has over 2 million views on his workout. So I'm not sure if it's just the fact that maybe he's a tall dude that people are interested in, or maybe his character that people are interested in terms of seeing the workout itself. But 2 million views versus Gerard Butler's, which was posted weeks before, it had 68,000 views. There's another one that had like 16,000 views, not with Gerard Butler, but with another actor. So this one's got 2 million views. So in terms of the workout itself, it's just interesting. So we'll kind of go through this piece by piece. Just one, I will try to briefly go through this in analyzing it, and it was interesting to actually see Scott Herman Fitness. So Scott Herman, very popular channel. He actually has like 2 million subscribers. He mentions how he wants to see Tom Ellis train with him because he didn't really like the workout, and I fully understand why. Full body is definitely something that's becoming very, very popular when it comes to working out. I think that's to help expedite things and to allow people to get a lot done in a little bit of time. The problem there is that you're trying to do too much with too little. Breaking things down is generally what helped people out by making sure that they got in enough work for each body part and were able to recover from that. So full body, you almost have not enough time to be able to do the amount of work that you need to, and then people end up throwing in the wrong exercises to accomplish what they need to get done when they're doing full body. A whole lot that I just said there, but at the same time, things like this are just disappointing to see that this is what drew a lot of eyes, and then this is the outcome of the video. So in the initial portions of the video itself, he talks about how he does a 20-minute warm-up on the treadmill, which a normal warm-up on a treadmill might be 3 to 5 minutes, and at like a brisk walk pace. And he definitely kind of has like a runner's type physique where he's not super shredded, but at the same time he's definitely lean, but still kind of has the presence of a little bit of like a baby fat look to the body, which is generally what you end up seeing with a lot of runners. So from there, he then goes into the first exercise being the bench press, which is a solid choice. So with that exercise, I've got no problems with the exercise choice. We could definitely dive into some form critiques in terms of what he's got going on. So with that exercise, solid choice there. Then we go into the next exercise being a pull-up. So with the pull-up exercise, that one he mentions how he struggled with that one. He struggled with the ability to do pull-ups, which is definitely a struggle that a lot of people end up having. But the big piece here would be that if I were to change that, I would say let's reduce down the amount of work that you're doing before you even start working out. Let's do a much shorter warm-up and at a lower intensity to where we've got a higher level of energy stores to be able to do exercises like this where we are struggling, and we do them first. So I would probably have the pull-ups become first and then do the bench press so that we can focus on improving some form, we can focus on improving a lot of strength, and then go into the bench press exercise. Though for someone that is of his size, those leverages, I would probably end up using a dumbbell bench press just because to get him to the proper position, especially with the leverages that he has and the longer arms, the longer limbs that he has, doing a barbell bench press, there's a lot easier versatility when it comes to, or a lot more versatility when it comes to doing a dumbbell bench press, especially on the joints. And then we move into the third exercise, which is going to be a dumbbell shoulder press. Solid choice here. Again, similar concept, because as you get further back, you end up getting a little bit more of that lateral head, that medial head of the deltoid engaged with the exercise, so you get a lot more involvement there, so you get a nice capped delt look. The problem here is just in the onset of the exercise itself. He kind of rounds his back forward and then arches up to be able to get those dumbbells in place. You want to pop that off of your knee, so you want to be able to have your knee, which I'm obviously in a flex point of my hip right now to be able to show you my knee, but you you'd have the dumbbell and then you'd use your knee to kind of lever that up and then basically follow that momentum up from the leg drive to then get that up to your shoulder, rather than arching and trying to then get to the point where if you lose momentum, you're going to end up having to pull with your spine to be able to actually get those dumbbells into position. Overall, in terms of exercise selection here, I would have gone into a lower body exercise. Again, given the fact that his strength seems to be very poor in his upper body, we would probably start off there, at least dominant in a more often than not fashion of, if we were to do 3 times a week, we would start off with upper body on 2 of those times, and then on the other time we start off with lower body. Then we would go back into a shoulder exercise, so the shoulder press would be. From there, after the shoulder press, he actually goes into a lateral raise. I wouldn't do a superset of a dumbbell press followed up by a lateral raise. I don't think that your energy usage there, especially on a full body day, is the best choice. You might do a wide grip barbell bent over row to be able to get a little bit more rear delt engagement, and then just generally all of the muscles of the scapula getting worked, the traps getting worked, and then obviously the lats getting worked in a pull movement. Because when you have the ability to do a full body workout, you want to use these primary movers, the larger muscle groups. You really want to work through those and have multi-joint compound movements be most of what you're doing. Maybe to have some ego lifting being involved, you might go into some single joint movements like some bicep curls or something like that at the very end of the workout. And then from there, so we go from the lateral raise into a wall supported biceps curl, so another ego lift here. Again, this would be another one where if we followed along with my workout to where we had just done a bent over row, this exercise would probably be some sort of a compound pressing movement, likely a dip, as long as with longer levers like he has, doing a weighted dip might not be the best choice. We might end up doing some form of a closer grip press, maybe a landmine press, or maybe something where it's a close grip overhead shoulder press. Something that incorporates, starts to get the position of the triceps more involved, but you're still working other muscles within that to then again accumulate fatigue more for the entire body rather than just working on single joint movements, because we're doing a full body focus. So to go to a biceps curl is probably not the best choice. And then since we were leading into this with a pulling movement, we would want to then alternate that into a pressing movement so that we're managing some fatigue markers for the body itself. Then we would go into something like more of like a Yates row I would have instead of a biceps curl. The Yates row, you're leaning a little bit more forward, but you're a little bit more upright than a barbell row. And then you just want to make sure that you are again in a supinated position with the hands to be able to still get a decent bit engaged out of the biceps, rather than doing a little bit more where the brachialis is a little bit involved with a pronated grip. And then, as far as I recall, he moves into the squat, an exercise that requires a very high level of energy and a lot of energy expenditure and a lot of just mental expenditure on an exercise. Someone that's taller, squatting is a solid choice in terms of an exercise, but at the same time, for someone who's taller, exercises like that require a lot of energy. So if you were to do that at that point in the workout, I would probably end up having you do a leg press, though a lot of people would not really enjoy the concept or even the thought of that. But given where fatigue is at this point, or should be at this point, then moving into a squat, especially with how long these levers are in someone that's this tall, that would just not be ideal. Fatigue markers would be very, very high. So actually moving a decent bit of weight would likely be on the lower end of the spectrum here, with his goal mentioned being to actually move a decent bit of weight. That's not going to be the case. So I would then end up moving into a leg press, or then at this point we might end up moving into a Romanian deadlift, to where you are still at a hip hinge point, so you're not really at quite the multi-hip or multi-joint movement, but at the same time it's going to require more fatigue out of the body. A deadlift at this point might be too much fatigue going on. I would probably alternate your squat and your deadlift on a full body day. So I'd probably move into a Romanian deadlift at this point. So at the end of his workout, he follows it up with stretching, which is likely a good choice here. Outside of that, Click the thumbs up if you like this video or you like videos like this. If you've got another celebrity trainer video that you've seen or another workout that maybe you've got a snippet of, you can always comment below. Let me know where you saw that and link that down below. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribers are definitely going up here, so I appreciate all of your support in that. So click that subscribe button. Do remember to turn on notifications as well to make sure that you're getting notified when videos are released. As always, thank you for watching and keep pushing.